even to South America with his second wife. My father and his mother came to the United States. And my father's half-sister married a South American man, and Angela was the product of their love. And so I went out in 2009, I believe I went down there with my father. Right after my grandmother passed away, my father felt orphanish. And so he wanted to go see his dad, and he asked me if I wanted to go with him. So I went. I got to meet this whole side of my family I never got to meet. And 6 months after we returned, Angela committed suicide. And so I was thankful at least I got to meet her and talk to her a little. Cousins. You were 16 at the time I visited. The night before I left French Guiana, I asked you to walk with me in the dimly lit streets of Javoué so I could question the chaos I noticed on your arms. Because I once dated a girl in college that lied to me about them, that she jumped a fence and the chain links ripped into her arms, only to confess a week later that she'd made the cuts herself to ease her pain. I knew what they were the moment I saw them. A tone darker than your flesh, splayed on the part of your body I believed you'd one day use to cradle any children we might have. Why were some parallel to others? Why did some overlap in crisscrosses, like reckless scribbling over a lost game of tic-tac-toe? Was it a boy? Was it a man? Was it that you were tired of being biracial? That you were given your father's dark skin, but grew up in a culture that valued the opposite? I don't know if you understood half the words that spilled from my mouth, neither of us having properly learned the one language we both share. But still, I attempted to pry at things you might have needed to talk about. I stopped at your silence. I can still see your shaking head, still recount the steps walking you home with your hand in mine, amongst the chorus of insects that must have been so familiar to you, that were so foreign to me. This is for my Uncle CJ, it's titled Joyride. Weren't you ever told not to tag along in someone else's G-Ride? What thoughts scrambled in your mind as you hid there, between carport wall and a beat-up Toyota Cressida, while red and blue flashes sprayed the alleyway and helicopter searchlights frisked the Mayfair neighborhood crevices? Were you reminded of the time you clung tightly to your father's back, quiet as a whisper in water so the Babette Lao soldiers wouldn't detect your family's light blouse? Or was that the last time you confessed your most intimate secret to the dark? How you still wished your father had stayed with you in the Thai refugee camp that day, instead of following his second wife to French Guiana? Did your thoughts trickle onto the ground through your long black strands into the pools of oil by your head? Did an autumn blanket grab you as you slept, wearing only long sandals, shorts, and a t-shirt? I don't imagine any other way you could have woken up 5 hours later and walked 15 blocks to McLean High School as if yesterday were any other Sunday. After her family moves in, she overhears her mother on the phone calling this place Javoué, a name she knows is reminiscent of the refugee camp in Thailand. She never thinks much of this, nor of her soul's calloused and black from jumping rope barefooted in the parking lot every day. The red stain on her shin is the San Joaquin River in June, a dried run from the scabs on her knees. She wipes her nose with her forearms, streaking mucus across both cheeks, keeps her eyes wide open, and nods count on the time between the ropes whirling up and it's coming back down to signal the next chance she has to jump back in. Then you